Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is some footage starting from the day after the meet, and if you've ever done a powerlifting meet before, you'll know that the day after you're usually pretty wrecked, like you're just tired. For me, it's the spine being tired sometimes, and sometimes it's just from a lot of stimulus around the meet, like lots of loud music, interacting with a lot of people, focusing on your lifts in between, focusing on warming up, making sure you're getting food down, making sure you're bathroomed and ready for your next lift. So it's just a lot concentrated in a short period of time. Usually the day of, I'm not quite that tired, but the next day I'll feel it. And for this weekend, I wanted to get some training in while we were in Sacramento, and Catharsis Strength was kind enough to let us drop in. They had a really awesome visitor policy where I believe you fill out a waiver, they let you in, and if you want to just check out the gym and just try it out, the first visit I believe is free. So that's it's like a low risk situation if you're just in town and you want to check out a new gym. I think they were aware that I wasn't from there and they weren't trying to make me join or anything. They just were open to people who were into powerlifting checking out their gym. What I did notice though was, because it was a Sunday, it was a kind of dead time of day, I guess. I don't know how it is when they're really busy, but it was dead quiet. Like you could hear knees popping, you can probably hear farting, like if people were to let one loose. And that was just kind of uncomfortable just for me, just to have no sound. Like, it's like a library. It's really weird. I believe they probably have some kind of music set up if you want to play music. Like, I think they probably have speakers somewhere, but I didn't want to mess with it because I think the pressure of being the person deciding what music is being played in a room full of people that are maybe a mix of regulars and people who you don't know. Like, I wouldn't want to bug anyone with anything they thought was obnoxious. So, and I just was doing really chill moving around exercises, so I wasn't really needing loud music, and I don't usually use music to hype me up anyway. If I lift at home, I'm listening to usually JK News, which is really dangerous actually, because they say things that are funny and I will laugh mid-set. So I don't recommend it, but that's what I've enjoyed listening to. Sometimes I'll play music, but usually it's either listening to nothing while I'm at the gym because I want to socialize, or it's listening to comedy on my earphones. So because I usually train at a powerlifting gym, we're kind of limited with what kind of equipment we have access to, and this gym was really cool because it was full of different toys. And this is a seal row. It's a super easy, simple setup really, but not very many gyms have it. I think it's not very space efficient, and there's not that many things you can do with it, so I don't usually see it at most gyms. The only other place I've ever seen it is at the gym, which is also in Sacramento, which is also an awesome bodybuilding gym, and it's just called The Gym, and it's super friendly to check out as well. So there's lots of good gyms in Sacramento. My favorite thing to do while traveling is to check out new gyms, so I was super excited to go and move around a bit after the meet. Usually I rest leading up to the meet, so I'm feeling pretty rested anyway. Like, I usually the week of the meet, I'm only lifting 2 days, maybe 3, and they're all really low volume, not super heavy. So by the time the meet's over, I'm ready to go to the gym. And I usually don't take any days off, even if it's just like a simple arm day. I usually do something, and actually moving around does help with recovery, which is why I do cardio pretty much every day, because as a relatively sedentary person, like if I'm not lifting, I'm probably working, and if I'm not working, I'm probably spending time with friends. That involves like eating together, sitting together, watching shows together. driving somewhere, I'm not really getting much movement in. So I think that doing some steps every day, if it's on the elliptical or Stairmaster, which is my favorite, or just going for a walk, I really don't think that takes away from powerlifting recovery. Like if you're at the point where you think walking like 20 minutes a day is going to affect your next squat session, well, I mean, that's not impossible, but I do think that overall health is what I'm more concerned about, so I wouldn't not walk, I guess, to make sure I could, I don't know, get like one extra rep in. I just don't think it should come down to that. I really think that walking is great for recovery, makes your body feel better, good for blood flow, good for your heart, so I'm always doing cardio. So Grant was trying to get some lifting in during this weekend because we usually train on Sundays, so this would have been his Sunday regular session anyway, and that was another reason we were dropping in to get a session in. And for me, I was just really happy to be moving around. My training for the last couple months has gone kind of great, actually. I'm kind of scared to say it's actually been going pretty well. I've kind of paired it with a lean mass gaining phase, so while I'm getting more volume in, I'm also focusing on putting on a little bit more muscle. So far, the having some extra time to recover and lift with a little bit lighter weights, but focusing on technique while eating in a surplus has been great for recovery. So I'm really excited to see how that next maintenance phase and then cutting into nationals will go. Thank you so much as always for watching, and feel free to leave any questions below. Yeah, I'm at the grocery store.
This vegetable aisle.
This vegetable display sparks joy.
One do you want first?
Are
you videoing?
This is a sandwich unboxing.
Oh, God. Which one do you want first?
This one.
Okay, which one do you want second?
Try that one.
Okay, I'll have this one.